time going there. We're talking 3 or 4 years at least. It started back in 2008. I was an active duty military, and my wife had recently gotten out as well of the Navy about 2 years prior, 3 years prior to that. We bought the home. We kind of knew that we weren't going to be here no longer than the 5 years, but it was an investment. We knew we were military, we might receive orders. We would probably, set up shop at the next duty station or whatever. In 2008, things kind of changed. Health and career changed in the Navy, whereas I was actually medically discharged from the Navy. So it changes our circumstances. So now we were in what originally we had gotten to a 5-year arm with the house. So immediately I knew with the change in income and the change of now going to being in the house longer than we had intended, that I needed to do something because this arm was going to kick in and all the balloon rates and things that we weren't worried about. And of course, simultaneously at the same time, the economy was taking a crash, taking a fall, as well as the housing market. So for several months, I diligently was able to finally contact the banks and get with a person and myself negotiate a restructuring of my loan so that it was at least fixed. However, I still was in what we call a subprime. We knew now it's called a subprime loan, paying a high interest rate. We had taken out a second mortgage because we was paying debt, preparing to leave to the next duty station before all of these things happened. So it was a really trudging hard time trying to get help from the banks. Obviously, where our loan was transferred to different banks and companies several times. When we finally dealt with the bank that was the custodian of our loans, they were unable to help us, and the rationale was that we had not defaulted or weren't late on any of our mortgage payments. Well, being the integrity that we have, we didn't want to do that. A lot of people were just walking away and deliberately defaulting on their loans. And we knew that we wanted eventually that this was not going to be, our family was growing and this wasn't going to be our permanent home. So we didn't want to jeopardize our credit and our integrity by doing that. But however, we weren't able to get any kind of help or guidance from the banks. Stop making payments, right? The bank wouldn't help us at all, and they basically were saying because we were current on anything, there was nothing that we could do. Shocked how simple, after trudgingly trying to get this done for over 3 years, how simple it was once I had Amalya Realty Group backing me. I mean, the paperwork was effortless. Of course, we had everything on our side organized because we had been trying to do this previous. So we had things laid out. We had folders with all of the types of information, which made it even more easier. But as far as the paperwork, it was electronically. I mean, I even remember being at my job, having to be away down in Key West, able to sign and do things and conduct business and have the things go to my wife as well. And just sign on. I mean, it was really effortless and it seemed almost like, wow, you almost think to yourself, I wonder why I couldn't have done this, why we couldn't have done this. But the banks definitely did not give us the same service as they did once Amalya Realty Group were on our side and helping us to get this short sale done.
That was really quick. From the time we took the pictures and everything, from you posting it with Amalya Realty on your link, it was within
24 hours.
Not even 24 hours. That day where the corporation called and said, "Hey, we have people who are interested in seeing your house." And
we had three buyers within 24 hours after it hit. Which was shocking to me. I didn't realize that.
So I would say like that Thursday, and by Friday, we were told we have somebody who's interested in purchasing the house. So it went really, really quick. That was like,
we were able to be eligible for another loan, which was another shock to us, within 3 months. And really, it would have been sooner had we not had some other issues with our finances. Again, like I said, Amalya Realty Group helped us with forming the budget and doing the things that we needed to do to position ourselves, making sure that our debt-to-income ratio was low enough so that when we went to the next bank to ask for another loan, which seemed very easy too, that whole process went very smoothly, that we would actually qualify for getting a loan even though we just short sailed. And again, like I said earlier, had we probably had done some of the things that was recommended to us before, like walking away or defaulting on payments on the loan, we probably would not be in the same position, having to wait maybe 5 to 7 years before we'd be able to purchase anything. I definitely recommend them because, again, like I said, they're agents. They know real estate. They understand the laws. They understand what's going on in the market. And not only do they understand it, but they care. They actually set out the time to do a budget with us to get things in order paperwork-wise so that we could meet the needs that we needed to meet for the bank for selling the house, as well as meeting the needs for the banks for reapplying for a new loan. It was effortless as long as you have all your paperwork and you do the things timely. They kept up with us every Friday, every week. They would make sure that we were still on track and doing the things that were discussed that we needed to do to make sure that the short sale went smooth on one hand and also the purchasing of a new loan on the other. Okay, so I recommend Amalya Realty Group.